Princess Charlotte spreads kisses and hugs to her favorite grandfather, King Charles, a royal bond that warms the world. What if the most powerful image of monarchy today isn't a crown glittering under palace lights, but a small girl wrapping her arms around her grandfather in a quiet, heartfelt embrace? What if the future of royalty isn't only written in official decrees and grand ceremonies, but in tender moments of affection that remind the world that behind the gold and tradition live real families with real love? Stay with this story until the very end, because the bond between Princess Charlotte and King Charles is not just touching, it is reshaping how the world sees royalty itself. A new generation of royal affection. For centuries, the British monarchy has been associated with formality, bowing heads, gloved handshakes, controlled smiles, and carefully measured public appearances. Emotional restraint was once considered the ultimate royal virtue. Yet today, a gentle shift is taking place. The monarchy is becoming warmer, more human, more emotionally transparent. At the center of this change stands Princess Charlotte, young, confident, affectionate, and her grandfather, King Charles III, a monarch who has spent much of his life navigating tradition while yearning for emotional authenticity. When Princess Charlotte spreads kisses and hugs to her favorite grandfather, she is not simply expressing family love. She is symbolizing a cultural shift, royalty with a heartbeat. Please don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Click notification. Visit the comment section. The first embrace, a relationship born of legacy and love. Princess Charlotte was born into history, but she was also born into a family that had already experienced profound emotional change. King Charles had lived through decades of public scrutiny, personal challenges, and the deep loss of Princess Diana. When Charlotte entered the royal family, she arrived not into emotional distance, but into a household eager to nurture warmth. From her earliest years, Charlotte has been seen interacting affectionately with her grandfather during public events, family gatherings, and royal celebrations. These moments, often subtle and unscripted, have resonated deeply with the public. They are not choreographed displays. They are genuine connections. And the world can tell why Charlotte's affection matters so much. To understand why Charlotte's hugs and kisses matter, one must understand what they represent. They represent a monarchy becoming emotionally accessible. A king being seen as a grandfather, not just a sovereign. A child growing within tradition without emotional suppression. A family healing old wounds through connection. This is not about favoritism, it is about visible affection that challenges centuries of emotional distance. Charlotte's warmth softens the image of monarchy. Her gestures remind people that royal blood flows through human hearts. King Charles, a grandfather behind the crown. King Charles III has spent much of his life portrayed through formal titles and political narratives. But behind the crown exists a man who values connection, tradition, environmental stewardship, and family legacy. As a grandfather, Charles is often described as gentle, attentive, and emotionally present. His interactions with Princess Charlotte reveal a softer side rarely highlighted during his years as Prince of Wales. When Charlotte embraces him publicly, she offers the world a glimpse behind palace walls, into moments of real affection. These interactions humanize the king. They transform him from a distant monarch into a relatable grandfather figure. Charlotte's emotional intelligence at a young age. Princess Charlotte displays remarkable emotional awareness for her age. Whether comforting siblings, responding politely to crowds, or interacting with elders, she demonstrates maturity beyond her years. Her affectionate gestures toward King Charles are not impulsive, they reflect emotional confidence. She understands connection. She expresses warmth naturally. This emotional intelligence is a valuable royal trait. Modern monarchy depends not on authority, but on empathy. Charlotte's ability to show affection publicly without losing composure reflects a new kind of royal training, one centered on emotional balance rather than rigid restraint. A public that craves human royalty. In today's world, people no longer want untouchable monarchs behind palace gates. They want authenticity. They want humanity. They want emotional connection. Charlotte's affectionate moments deliver exactly that. When people see her hugging her grandfather, they do not see politics. They see family. This strengthens the monarchy's relationship with the public more effectively than any official speech. Emotion builds loyalty. Connection builds trust. And Charlotte delivers both through simple gestures. The legacy of Diana lives on. Princess Charlotte's middle name, Diana, carries enormous emotional significance. Princess Diana transformed the monarchy through compassion, physical affection, and emotional openness. She hugged children with illnesses. She comforted strangers. She expressed vulnerability publicly. Charlotte's affectionate nature echoes that legacy. Though she is her own person, her warmth carries the spirit of her grandmother's humanitarian approach. In many ways, Charlotte's hugs symbolize continuity of emotional leadership within the royal family. They represent the merging of old tradition with new empathy, breaking generational barriers through love. Historically, royal children were often raised by nannies with limited emotional interaction with senior family members. Physical affection in public was rare. Charlotte's generation is different. She interacts openly with her parents, grandparents, and siblings. She displays affection naturally. This shift reflects evolving parenting philosophy within the royal household. King Charles embracing this change shows generational growth. It demonstrates that monarchy is learning, not resisting evolution. The power of grandparent-grandchild bonds. Psychologists often highlight the importance of grandparent relationships in emotional development. These bonds offer stability, wisdom, emotional security, intergenerational understanding. Charlotte's closeness with King Charles benefits both. For Charlotte, it provides grounding and emotional support. For Charles, it offers renewal, joy, and personal fulfillment beyond political responsibility. This mutual enrichment strengthens the family foundation of the monarchy itself. Symbolism in small moments. Royal symbolism does not only exist in crowns and ceremonies. It exists in gestures. A hug between Charlotte and Charles symbolizes continuity between generations, emotional healing, a softer monarchy, human connection. These small moments carry enormous cultural weight. They communicate that royalty is evolving into something more emotionally accessible. How the media amplifies these moments. When Charlotte hugs her grandfather, cameras capture it instantly. Social media spreads it globally within seconds. These images generate millions of views, comments, and reactions. Why? Because people crave authenticity. In a world filled with artificial perfection, genuine family affection stands out. Charlotte's interactions provide content that feels real, unscripted, and heartfelt. This strengthens public engagement with the monarchy more effectively than formal announcements. Teaching the next generation of royals emotional balance. Princess Charlotte is growing up observing how King Charles balances authority with warmth. She sees leadership paired with humility. She sees responsibility combined with affection. This shapes her understanding of future royal roles. She learns that power does not require emotional distance. That leadership can coexist with tenderness. This lesson will influence how she represents monarchy in the future. Public reaction. Why people love these moments. Whenever Charlotte shares affectionate moments with King Charles, public reactions are overwhelmingly positive. People describe the scenes as heartwarming, refreshing, beautiful, inspiring. This response highlights a cultural shift. People no longer admire emotional distance. They admire vulnerability and authenticity. Charlotte's hugs become symbols of hope that monarchy can remain relevant in a changing world. The king's softened image. King Charles spent decades portrayed as serious, intellectual, and reserved. His interactions with Charlotte soften that image. They reveal a grandfather who enjoys laughter, playfulness, and affection. This humanization strengthens his public perception. It reminds people that leadership does not eliminate humanity. Instead, humanity strengthens leadership. Royal tradition meets family intimacy. One of the monarchy's greatest challenges is balancing tradition with modern family life. Charlotte's affection bridges that gap. She maintains royal decorum while expressing genuine warmth. This balance demonstrates that tradition does not require emotional suppression. It requires dignity paired with connection. Teaching the world what royal love looks like. Princess Charlotte's affection teaches the world that royalty can express love openly without losing dignity. It challenges outdated stereotypes of cold monarchy. It redefines royal identity as emotionally aware, connected, and human. This shift benefits not only the royal family, but public perception of leadership itself. Charlotte's role in healing the past. The royal family has endured public heartbreak, controversy, and loss. Charlotte represents renewal. Her innocence, warmth, and affection symbolize emotional healing. Her hugs become quiet reminders that families rebuild, generations heal, and love continues. This emotional symbolism resonates deeply with audiences worldwide. A grandfather's pride reflected in a child's smile. When Charlotte embraces King Charles, there is visible pride in his expression. Not political pride, not royal pride, but personal pride. The pride of a grandfather watching the next generation grow strong, confident, and compassionate. This emotional exchange humanizes monarchy more than any official portrait. How these moments shape Charlotte's public identity. Charlotte is growing into a public figure whose identity includes emotional intelligence, confidence, warmth, family values. Her affectionate gestures shape how people perceive her character. They build trust and admiration early. This foundation will support her future public role, preparing for a lifetime in the public eye. As Charlotte grows older, public expectations will increase. The emotional foundation built through family connection prepares her for that pressure. Strong emotional bonds provide resilience. Her relationship with King Charles strengthens her sense of belonging and purpose. This emotional grounding is essential for long-term royal responsibility. The cultural importance of seeing men show affection. King Charles openly receiving hugs from Charlotte challenges traditional expectations of male emotional restraint. It shows leadership that embraces vulnerability. It normalizes affection between generations. This representation matters culturally. It encourages emotional openness beyond royal walls. The quiet revolution of royal parenting. Charlotte's upbringing reflects a modern approach to royal parenting. Emotional support, balanced exposure, healthy boundaries, authentic family relationships. This quiet revolution reshapes how monarchy prepares future generations. It prioritizes mental health alongside tradition. A princess who leads with love. Though Charlotte does not hold political authority, she already leads symbolically. She leads through warmth, through kindness, through emotional presence. Her hugs become acts of quiet leadership, demonstrating how influence can be exercised through humanity rather than hierarchy. The world watches and learns. Millions around the world observe these interactions. They see a child expressing love, a king responding with tenderness, a monarchy embracing emotional growth. These images influence global perceptions of leadership, family values, and emotional health. Charlotte becomes not just a princess, but a cultural teacher. What the future may hold. As Charlotte grows older, her relationship with King Charles will evolve. But the foundation built through affection will remain. It will shape her confidence, her compassion, her public presence. It will influence how she supports the monarchy in future decades. Why this story matters beyond royalty. This story is not just about princesses and kings. It is about family. It is about generational connection. It is about emotional openness in leadership. It is about breaking tradition where it no longer serves humanity. Charlotte's hugs represent universal values: love, connection, warmth, and continuity. Conclusion. A crown made of love. Princess Charlotte spreading kisses and hugs to her favorite grandfather, King Charles, is more than a sweet moment. It is a symbol. A symbol of monarchy becoming human. Of leadership embracing emotion. Of tradition meeting tenderness. Of a young princess shaping the future not with power, but with love. And perhaps that is the greatest crown of all. Not the one made of gold, but the one made of connection, compassion, and genuine affection. Because in the end, the monarchy's greatest strength may not lie in castles or ceremonies, but in a child's hug that reminds the world that even kings need love.